Hello my fellow aliens, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, I'm Jojo Rarity. And it's time. It's the season finale of Wandavision. It's episode 9. And it's the long awaited season finale I've been waiting for. Is this everything we hope for? Let's take a deep dive on this review. And it's like my last review of Wandavision since the series ending. And let's get on it. Well, this episode started with where we left off. Agatha got Wanda's kids like lassoed with their purple powers like around their necks. And then, as you remember, the last episode I forgot to mention that she actually said the name Scarlet Witch. It's like the first time ever that they used this name, because it was kind of shocking for me because I thought all this time we knew that she's Scarlet Witch, but I never noticed that they never actually used that name in the movies where she appeared. It's so funny. I never even noticed it, but because I couldn't use her name, but now they can. So this was pretty cool to hear. It's finally the Scarlet Witch you always wanted to hear. At first, Wanda keeps the upper hand. It seems like she's winning because she smashed the car into Agatha. And then she was looking underneath, but then her body was already gone. And then suddenly someone else appeared. It was Whitevision. And he wanted to attack Wanda. And of course Wanda thinking, who's that? Is that her husband? And then the real Vision, as you can say, the Vision in her mind, showed up. And they have this epic showdown. They like fight each other to destroy each other. Meanwhile, on the ground, Agatha appears again. She unleashes some real pain to Wanda. So Agatha releases the townsfolk. So they remember what Wanda did to them and they got so angry at her. And then Agatha said, a hero doesn't torture people. Wanda was so angry. She wanted to be this person again. She wants to lift the hex. But then she remembered if she does that, her family will die. And she saw her family dying in front of her. So will she save the town people or the fake people? Because those people from Westview, they are real people. And she can't keep doing this to them. But Vision and the kids, they're not real. They're only in her mind that she created. So who will she choose to save? That's her decision, so hard for her to make, of course. As a hero, you always have to make the best decision and the right decision for everyone's sake, not for yours. So back to Vision and Whitevision, they like stop fighting and they have like deep conversations now. The Vision that Wanda created wants to try to unlock the memories of Whitevision, and suddenly he remembers everything like from all the movies he was in. It's like, oh my god, it's like kind of Vision is back, kinda. And then out of nowhere he said, I am Vision, and just flies off to the sky and never to be seen again in this season finale. So what does it mean for him? I wonder what his deal is. I think it's gonna be in upcoming movies or a TV show, maybe a spin-off with Whitevision, because he's like has his memories back, and I don't know, he just disappeared into nowhere. So I wonder where he's going next. Back in the main square, things are looking bright. Fine, you can see Monica again. Remember last time she was like captured by fake Pietro, but I will get back to him in a second. Now that Monica is out and about, she's helping the twins because of course Hayward is in the picture. Because when Wanda tried to open the hex, he went inside with his team and he wants to try to kill his children, which is so evil. Like, what the fuck, this guy, like he wants to hurt the little kids. So then Monica steps in, she used her power for the first time, which is so epic to see. And then one of the kids says, wow, cool power you got there. You too. That's so funny. And wow, she's like really powerful. Anyway, and then Darcy suddenly comes. She was like crashing her ice cream truck into Hayward. He finally got what he deserved. And at the end, he got like arrested. Meanwhile, Wanda's still fighting with Agatha. Tries to do her Age of Ultron mind tricks on her. They like got transformed, like where the first time we saw Agatha, she was like with the witches, the witches kind of reappear as zombies. It was so cool to see. It was kind of scary, this part, but I love zombies. This was pretty scary, but Wanda's power wasn't strong enough. She couldn't control the witches, so they kind of came to her. Like, I guess I still controlled them kind of, so she kind of failed with this plan. And then they got thrown back into the real world again. Wanda tried something else. She said, okay, I give you the power if you want some. And she keep on blasting her with her chaos magic. It was so awesome to see, like with her power just flying around. And yeah, so then Agatha thinking, yeah, I'm so powerful. But then Wanda kind of create like some runes. So she kind of uses like Agatha's power to opening these runes. And it's like Agatha's fault because like in one episode she was talking about like her witch magic. And she kind of got this idea from her. She was like the dark magic she uses against Agatha in the end. And that was so awesome to see because she goes full on being the Scarlet Witch we all know, like with her brand new outfit that we get to see in the comics and her hair and everything. It was so cool to see and how powerful she really is. So I think she should be thankful of Agatha because without her she wouldn't know she's this Scarlet Witch. She would be just Wanda Maximoff. So it's kind of thanks to her. Thanks for that, for naming me Scarlet Witch and giving me the power that I always didn't knew that I had kind of inside of her. So she finally defeated Agatha. She's gonna kind of control her again. She's gonna be like this crazy, noisy neighbor like you saw in the beginning of the season. It's like the downfall of Agatha, I think. And she said maybe it's not the last time you see her. Maybe she's gonna go back to her when she needs some advice. That's what she said. So I'm thinking maybe you're gonna see Agatha in the future. I don't know, future movies or series. I don't know. I don't think it's the last you've seen of her. So finally Wanda is realizing what she has to do because she needs to let go of the world she created and of course of her kids and Vision. So it's really a sad farewell, sad goodbye. But I think she needed to do this. She never had this closure with Vision because if you remember like in Infinity War, Vision died and then she disappeared. And then when she woke up, he was already dead. It's like so sad for her. And now she can finally say goodbye to her true love, to her kids. Oh, it was really brought me tears. So sad to see her lose Vision all over again. And then at the end, the house disappeared. And then she was all again. She was all alone again. It's nothing. Let's talk about the series people talked about, which is so funny because none of it came true. Like first of all, the thought that Mephisto is all this time the evil one. He's working with Agatha or like fake Petro is actually Mephisto or someone like called Nightmare. None of that. Even there's no cameos. I mean, Doctor Strange didn't appear. None of the X-Men did. Or even Richard Reed. People always thought, maybe he's gonna come up. I don't know why, because like he's linked to Agatha, like the Fantastic Four, but it would make sense for him to appear. But none of that has happened, even at the mid-scene credit scenes or like at the end credit scenes. None of it happened, especially like Doctor Strange. I think all of us expected for him to be in the end because Wanda's gonna be in the movie, but no Doctor Strange at all. That was kind of disappointing. But something else is more disappointing than that about the character that even Peters played, and it's actually not Quicksilver from the X-Men movies. And oh my god, it was so disappointing. It's only like he's like Wolf Boner. It seems like just a fake name, like really Boner. What the fuck? Why did they do? It just doesn't make sense at all. All this time it's like it's just this town people, like he really belongs in this town, Westview. He's from this town, that's why he's there. Agatha gave him powers. She can do that. She gave him this speed ability. But why? I mean, you could choose another actor. Anyone at all could play like fake Petro. Because then they wanted to tease us that it's like Quicksilver from the X-Men movies. Did it on purpose, but it's kind of disappointing. As a big X-Men fan, I really wanted to see the X-Men coming to the MCU. But maybe it's too early for that. I think it was just an Easter egg, kind of preparing us for the X-Men crossover someday, something like that. Because Marvel bought the rights to Fox, so they can do whatever they want with the characters. So it's kind of like just give us hope of even mentioning the mutants at all, but none of it happened at all like what we expected to see. But still, maybe there's more to that. I don't think it's the last to see him as Quicksilver. Maybe in the future, I think it's gonna appear again. I don't know when and how it's gonna happen, but I hopefully think so. Of course, do not forget, there's like 2 post-credit scenes. I'm gonna talk about that. The first one is with Monica. She's had a big surprise, like a Skrull character came to see her. I don't know who's that girl, but it's kind of hinting because of Nick Fury, he's with the Skrulls, right? If you remember like Spider-Man Far From Home, the end credits, they showed that Nick Fury is kind of in a vacation. Like, where's my shoe? That's what he's saying. He's like, I don't know what he's doing there. Because all this time, it wasn't actually Nick in Spider-Man. It was like one of the Skrulls, like, looking like him. So I don't know why. But I'm kind of excited also for Captain Marvel 2. Because I think she's also gonna be in that movie, and also there's gonna be a Nick Fury show with the Skrulls, and maybe she's also gonna appear there. So of course, at the last time you see Monica, I kind of like the character, and she's like so cool, and I want to see more of her powers, how she kind of deals with it, because like it's the first time she had this power, I think, and didn't explore that much because like a WandaVision show. But there's a cool ending for her, I guess. And then there's another post-credit scene, and I'm still thinking in my mind, please let it be Doctor Strange, please let it be at least only 1 second, like saying hi Wanda, but no, still no Doctor Strange inside. So at the end you can see Wanda is like at a little house all alone in the wilderness, kind of sad, like she's so all alone again, and she was like drinking something like tea or whatever, and then they zoom it inside, and suddenly you can see like Scarlet Witch. She was like flying, holding like some dark old book, like I read somewhere, what's it called, and then she hears her kids calling for help, like help, mommy, help. So what was that? It was kind of shocking to see that. What is she gonna do with it? I think she wants to use the dark magic to get the kids back, but then I think Doctor Strange will show up somehow and saying no, she can't use that magic, preventing her to use it. I don't know. Because Doctor Strange didn't even show up at all. So I guess it's a kind of mystery still when he's gonna see Wanda. But I think it's kind of like Doctor Strange's power, right? Because Doctor Strange also did that at one point. He was like floating around using his power, and then others self were sleeping. The thing is like kind of like a hologram she can use. Like she's kind of like two characters now, because she's like she is still Wanda, but then she's also Scarlet Witch. Have like a dark side to her. She's a witch now. So I guess you're gonna see next of her, of course, in Doctor Strange. Yes, then you can see more about what's gonna happen to Wanda now that she's all alone again. Overall, I want to talk about how WandaVision is such a great show. Like, it started slow, like 1, 2, and 3. In the beginning, it was just like sitcoms, and it was like black and white, so I didn't like that. But oh, come on, it's so serious. It always starts slow in the beginning because they always need to build up more in the season finale or something like that. So if you don't like to watch TV shows, then probably for you it's always you can't wait for the action to come in. But for me, I always love to watch TV shows, and sometimes it takes time. You must also get the characters more and getting to like them or something like that. In this case, we already know the characters, so I already like them. For example, now Age of S.H.I.E.L.D. I didn't like the first season. Like the first episodes, I also didn't quite into it. Later on, it always got better and better. And this is the same with WandaVision. Like every episode got better and better. Like since episode 4, I was like really into the show and I loved it so much. And also in TV shows, you can always like more depth with the characters. Of course, because you can explore more with them. Because like the bigger actors or the characters always outshine those characters, of course. For example, I always loved Wanda. Like Wanda, she's my favorite female Avenger, but in the movies, it's like always outshined by Iron Man, Captain America, whatsoever, because she's like only new, right? She's like the new Avenger. But I always liked her, but now you can finally get to know her more. Like you can really fall in love with the character and understand more of her grief and everything she's been through. For example, the other characters like Jimmy Who or Darcy Lewis, like from Ant-Man movies and Thor movies. Of course, Thor is like about Thor. So then they're like only comedy relief kinda to be there. But now in the show, they're like more than that. They're like really these cool characters people get to love and kind of know more about, which is pretty cool to see. And I really like this duo. At the end, you didn't really get to see the duo anymore, which was sad. They kind of like separate at the end, but still, they're like likable characters. They also make the show pretty great. So this is the first Marvel show which is back in this year. Actually, Falcon and Winter Soldier is supposed to be the first show, but because of COVID, it kind of got the other way around now. But it doesn't really matter because it's not linked to Wanda or whatsoever, because it's completely different show. Like WandaVision's show is like about magic and that, and one Falcon and Winter Soldier is gonna be more like action. It's gonna be like, I think, like a Captain America movie, something like that, but as a series. So I'm pretty excited to review that the next time. It's also soon, like this March 17th, I think, is coming out. Also, I want to talk about the next show I'm reviewing is Walking Dead, by the way, which will come on Monday. New time slot if The Walking Dead gonna be like on Mondays now, because he has come out on Sunday. So hope you enjoyed this one. If you do, please give a thumbs up. Comment down below if you've seen the finale, what you think of it. Also don't forget to subscribe if you want to see me again and see more reviews. Also don't forget to put on the post notifications so you know exactly when I upload. I upload every Wednesdays and Saturdays and sometimes Mondays. See you on my next video. Bye.